Instagram is one of the most popular applications in the world with 2 billion active monthly users, which is more than the population of China. The app has been downloaded more than 3.8 billion times, which is more than half our global population, and remains the #1 app for sharing pictures. Instagram was founded by Kevin Systrom in 2010 as a side hustle, and has grown to become an ubiquitous app. Join us as we explore the story of Kevin Systrom and growth of Instagram. Kevin Systrom was born on December 30, 1983, in Holliston, Massachusetts. He is the son of Diane Systrom, a marketing executive at Zipcar, and Douglas Systrom, a human resource professional who worked at TJX companies. Growing up, Kevin lived a normal life. He attended Middlesex School in Concord, Massachusetts, where he was introduced to computer programming. As a teenager, Kevin was obsessed with record collecting and working as a DJ. While in high school, Kevin worked as a DJ in the Boston area. After high school, Kevin applied to Stanford to study computer science and was admitted. During his junior year, he spent a semester in Florence to study photography. At Stanford, Kevin was introduced to the startup world. He was chosen as one of the 12 students to participate in the Mayfield Fellowship program, which led to an internship at Odeo, the company that gave rise to Twitter. Kevin changed his major while at Stanford and graduated with a degree in management science and engineering in 2006. After graduation, Kevin joined Google. For the next 2 years, he handled marketing for Gmail and Google Calendar. After 3 years at Google, Kevin left to work at a startup called NextStop focused on social travel recommendations. NextStop was bought by Facebook in July 2010. Around the same time, Kevin started working on an app which he called Bourbon based on his taste in fine whiskeys and bourbons. The app allowed users to check in, share pictures, and post their plans. In 2009, location check-in apps were very popular, but Bourbon's photo sharing feature made it unique. In March 2010, Kevin attended a party for Hunch where he met 2 venture capitalists from Baseline Ventures and Andreessen Horowitz. After showing them the prototype for his app, the VCs were interested, and after subsequent meetings he raised $500,000 in seed funding to grow the app. Kevin used the seed funding to hire a small team to support Bourbon. His first hire was Mike Krieger, who was a 25-year-old Stanford graduate. Mike also had experience working as a user experience designer and engineer with another tech company. After Mike joined, he and Kevin reevaluated Bourbon and decided to focus on the photo sharing aspects of the application, especially photographs taken from mobile devices. They also reviewed existing apps in this space and noticed there was no popular app that offered both interesting photo editing capabilities and social media sharing capabilities. Based on this new direction, Mike and Kevin refocused Bourbon. They focused on improving its photo, commenting, and liking functions. Their ultimate goal was to build a minimalist app that was easy to use. Also, they changed the name of the app from Burb to Instagram by combining the words Instant and Telegram. After 2 months of fine-tuning the app, they shared it with friends to gain feedback on its performance. After resolving some initial errors, Instagram was launched on October 6, 2010, and it gained 25,000 users in 1 day. At the end of the first week, the number of users had reached 1 million. The rapid rise of Instagram's user base attracted more investors. In February 2011, Instagram raised $7 million in a series of funding round. Benchmark Capital valued the company at around $25 million. In addition to venture capitalists, Instagram started attracting the attention of leading social media tech companies such as Twitter and Facebook. Kevin knew Jack Dorsey, the co-founder of Twitter, from his time interning at Odeo. Jack was interested in Instagram and Twitter made a formal offer of approximately $500 million in stock, but the offer was declined by Kevin. By March 2012, Instagram's user base had grown to approximately 21 million users. In April 2012, the app was released on the Android App Store, and was downloaded more than 1 million times in less than 24 hours. At the time, Kevin and Mark Zuckerberg had become acquainted through events held at Stanford and communicated frequently. In the same month, Facebook made an offer to purchase Instagram for approximately $1 billion in cash and stock. A major provision for the acquisition was that Instagram will remain an independently managed company. Kevin accepted the offer from Facebook and sold Instagram. As stated in the agreement, Instagram functioned as a different entity under Facebook. During the acquisition, Instagram had only 13 employees, but this changed significantly after joining Facebook. Instagram leveraged Facebook's infrastructure and continued to grow. In 2013, Instagram added its video sharing feature and direct messaging feature popularly called DMs. Instagram also started showing adverts and generating revenue for Facebook. Instagram's rapid rise bred some concerns at Facebook, as some senior executives felt the acquisition was siphoning growth and engagement away from the core Facebook app. Kevin and Mark Zuckerberg's relationship also started to get strained. After Kevin participated in magazine profiles, Zuckerberg declared that no one should participate in magazine profiles without permission from him or Shirley Sandberg. In an earnings call in 2018, Mark took credit for the success of Instagram, and he emphasized how Instagram had leveraged Facebook's infrastructure to grow at a quicker pace. Later that year, Mark told Javier Olivan, who was head of growth at that time, to curate a list of all the ways Facebook supported Instagram's growth. Mark told Kevin he was taking away all these supports to protect the health of the Facebook app, and Kevin relayed this message to Instagram employees in a memo where he voiced concerns about this action. Over the next months, Kevin proceeded on paternity leave. Upon his return, he noticed that Facebook had begun testing location tracking and an annoying hamburger button inside Instagram which he did not like. Kevin started to suspect that maybe Mark was intent on making him miserable enough that he will leave Instagram. Kevin discussed his concerns with Mike and they both decided to leave Instagram. Kevin left Facebook in 2018 and has focused his downtime on parenting his daughter, self-improvement, and learning how to become a pilot. He is also pondering on his next project. In an interview he said he is still in his 30s and had several Instagrams left in him. At the peak of the coronavirus, Kevin and Mike teamed up on a new project called RT Live, a coronavirus tracker that estimates the rate of transmission in each state. The New York Times also reported he was approached to become the new CEO of TikTok, but no official announcement has been made. Now you know the story of the Instagram founder. Thanks for watching this video.